school. School was never really easy for me. I'm not the kind of person like my son is now, where he can just read something, have it memorized, boom, get an A. I had to work at school, but as I said, I was very, very, very shy. And I remember giving my first speech. In my first speech, I got to read the sheet of paper, but it was in front of my whole class, like 19 of them, right? So I was reading my paper, and I started going, and I was shaking. This is fourth grade. This is my first big speech ever, and I started moving, and she slapped her hand down on the desk in front of all of the whole class, and she said, "Natalie Stewart, I'm getting seasick watching you go back and forth, back and forth." I was embarrassed, humiliated. I don't know. I don't think I wet my pants, possibly. But anyway, they to this day, all of my friends still remember. And you know what her name was? It was Mrs. Dick. I'm not making that up. Her name was Mrs. Dick. And everybody thought she was kind of a Mrs. Anyway, and now I use her when I give my public and give my speeches, that, you know what? Thank you, Mrs. Dick, because guess what? I don't sit still. When I talk and I move, I'm teaching fitness. When I move, I talk, and it works. So I've made a career out of it. So thank you, Mrs. Dick, for giving me a start and knowing that, I don't have to be that cookie cutter, sit in one place and give a speech. That it's okay to be different, and it's okay to be shy and to move. So that was my Mrs. Dick. That was in fourth grade. I had beautiful teachers in elementary. Again, in a small town. We had, going from 7th to 12th grade, we had, you were involved in anything. I think in my fall season, I was a cheerleader. I ran cross country, and I also played volleyball. I mean, not a 3-season athlete, three sport. I was 3 sports in one season. So, and you did it. And my upbringing as well was very church-driven, and that was part of the school, part of, Sunday ritual of going to church and making sure you give thanks and helping out the neighbors and anyone else you can around you. So it was really beautiful upbringing of the holistic, with it God-centered at your core, but also being a farm girl. You learn how to work. I think I was working in the fields when I was still wearing diapers, right? So you learn, and I never complained getting up. I don't know if it probably ages me, but I walked beans, and then I hired crews to help walk beans, which are my friends. Walking beans is taking the weeds out of these big fields. Now it's all chemically done. But what a great upbringing to be able to work in the fields. And I never complained, because then guess what? We'd go swimming after. We would be in the fields in the morning. But to have all that fresh fruits and vegetables and to be able to produce fruits, that was just really neat.